What's going on, guys? It's Greg and welcome back to another gear review. Today we've got a set of gloves. These are the new Maverik Maxes, newest high-end glove in their line. I've got the largest here. They come in large, small, medium. A lot of new features in this glove, which I'm really pumped about, and they cost 180 bucks, which feels expensive, but that's kind of what high-end gloves are running these days. I remember when the highest-end gloves were $130. But stuff's gotten more expensive. They've had to put more technology into making them more comfortable and flexible. And that brings us to the $180 Maverik Max gloves. I wore Maverik gloves for a while, really liked them all the way up through the M4, M5. But recently I've switched to the SDX Surgeons, which I think most people would agree is probably the most popular and the most comfortable glove out there. It's extremely light. They've got this one-piece back panel with all these different cuts in the fingers. I've worn these for a little over a year. Obviously, I have the palm cut out. You guys can't do that. But even the back is super flexible, super lightweight. A lot of people complain about durability of all this foam. But I haven't had that issue over the time I've played, and these are pretty well worn. So these are also $180. So we're competing at that top end price point for gloves right now. So we'll see how these stack up to these Surgeons. The first thing you're gonna notice is what I believe they're calling PowerFlex fingers. So from here up is all how a traditional glove is made, with pads, hard plates, foam, and then stitching over top. The fingers here are all molded in one piece, kind of like the Surgeon RZRs, to make them out of this foam, so there's no stitching, no fabric. So on the top, you've got, let me piece 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all 6-piece fingers, a lot of flexibility. You can see in the center these little cuts that make them nice and flexible. And it really does make it so that those fingers are, I mean, these are gloves that have never been worn. They're not broken in at all. And these are extremely comfortable, ready to go. On the sides, you got standard gussets with a little bit of flexibility, some pads up here on the index finger, some pads over here on the pinky, pad down the backside. Pretty standard stuff here, but those fingers are really extremely flexible. And even though you get these gaps a little bit, I haven't noticed an issue with my Surgeons with protection. Then over here, you've got a standard thumb. I think this is very similar to the Max thumb. Pads with hard plates. That's pretty flexible. I think that's one area where a lot of companies lose some points on the thumb. That seems to work pretty good. Axwade palm, which they've been using for a long time. So all Axwade material, very little mesh, a little flex/vent area here, some laser cut holes for venting in the palm, and then up through the fingers, which hopefully don't impact durability too much. And then up here, you've actually got a little bit of like grip texture on the fingertips, which I haven't noticed on other gloves before. I kind of like that. And then even some pads here on the palm, which I haven't seen all that often. I don't recall getting checked in the palm that often, but it seems nice. They don't take anything away from flexibility, and they're pretty nice there. So looking at the backhand, nice protection across here. And then here, you've actually got vents that have no pads. They go clean through the gloves. Keep your hand nice and cold in this, keep your hand nice and cool in the summer. Vents all the way through there, and I don't think that'll impact protection much. They've got rubber around them, it'd be hard to get in there. Standard cuff with Velcro that you can adjust this, flare it out a little bit if you want a little bit more wrist dexterity. And then the floating cuff, one thing I really like here is they've got the magnet, which I like for playing because Velcro catches on your jersey all the time, and it's just very satisfying to click that. I mean, I just love that. I could do that all day. But in your guys' interest, I will not. I like the magnet because Velcro is annoying. The way SDX solved this, and I actually really like it, is they take the hard part of the Velcro and give you a spot to stick it inside the cuff if you want, which I do because I like my cuff to be completely open. So the only thing I don't like about the magnet is there's not an option to have this open entirely, which is how I've almost always played with the cuff open. You can see if you try and do that, it's just gonna attach itself. But it's very flexible. I could see not having a problem if I had to leave it closed. So overall, I really like this glove. It's a nice step improvement. I think the fingers are a great touch. They're extremely flexible, and that's really where you want it. The SDX gloves, while they have the whole back that's very flexible, you don't need that much flexibility up above the fingers and the knuckles. So while it's nice and it keeps it very light, it's definitely a lighter glove. It's not doing a ton for you, and it kind of almost keeps the glove a little flatter here, where these have a little bit more curvature. So I could easily see these going head to head. I think there's a lot of advantages to having some of the glove in that traditional way and some with those new fingers. So I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite glove is right now. If you've got questions about the new Max, we'd be happy to answer them. Leave a comment down below. If not, like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.